what's up you guys, and welcome to a brand new series that's a part of Music Talk. It's called What Am I Listening To? This is where we talk about the latest music that I'm currently into, old and new. In this series we will be covering upcoming projects, rumors, singles, reactions, and album reviews. So sit back and grab a drink and some popcorn and let's get into it. The first thing I want to cover is a single. It's called Stay by Ghost featuring Patrick Wilson. This song, which was originally a cover performed by Shakespeare's sister in 1992. The song starts with a plea from a woman to a man. She's fighting for him, begging him not to cross over into the afterlife. The song's second half continues with a threat from an evil being, also a woman, who is calling him from the other side. The track was remade and re-released on July 7th, 2023, the same day for the 5th installment of the Insidious franchise, which the song is also featured in. The song also features Patrick Wilson, who is an actor and now director of the new Insidious film. I was always a real big fan of his movies, and this song really proves that he can actually sing. The lyrics coming from the evil side are performed by Tobias Forge, the lead singer of Ghost. Although I'm not a huge Ghost fan, there are a couple of songs that I can pick out of their discography that I think are very, very catchy, and this song is no exception. It's a very good song. Together, I really think they made a solid track, and I highly recommend you give it a listen. The second thing we're going to be talking about today is the Idol soundtrack. Honestly, the only reason why this project hit my radar was because of The Weeknd's collaboration with Mike Dean's synth pop wave music. The soundtrack was released between June 9th and July 3rd, 2023, during the release of the HBO show The Idol, within its 5-episode run. I am aware of the controversy that the show itself is carrying right now. I wasn't really in it for the show. I was more in it for the music, and the music is obviously the best part of the whole project. The songs that really stuck out for me on this project was Double Fantasy, Family, False Idols, Like a God, One of the Girls, Fill the Void, and A Lesser Man. I especially enjoyed the vocals from Lily Rose Depp on the track World Class Sinner / I'm a Freak. Also, K-pop musicians Jennie on the track One of the Girls. Also, the vocals from Susanna Sun on Family and False Idols are very hauntingly beautiful. Mike Dean also comes in with his amazing synths on Devil's Paradise. Dean is a very talented musician, especially when it comes to synthwave music. I also heard that him and The Weeknd are working on the new Weeknd project out of the trilogy from After Hours Dawn FM and whatever this next project is going to be called. And whenever I get more news about that, I will definitely be covering that on this series. So stay tuned for that. I give the soundtrack overall a solid 8.5 out of 10. There's a lot of really good tracks on it. It was just executed very poorly, the way they released it with the EPs. I really wish they would just put them all together in one soundtrack. They might still do that eventually, but right now it doesn't seem like they're going to. But overall, it was a pretty good soundtrack. The next thing we're going to be talking about is another single, this one from Billie Eilish called What Was I Made For? As you guys already know, I've been a huge Billie Eilish fan since 2019 with the release of her debut album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? As of this year, this is the newest track we received from Billie Eilish since 2022's Guitar Songs, which featured the 2 tracks TV and The 30th. What Was I Made For was released on July 13th, 2023, a track that would also appear in the new Barbie movie and soundtrack. The song is very deep and heartbreaking, which is usually what you expect from a Billie and Phineas produced track. The song features Billie's struggles of having a purpose in life. The song resonated with me like I'm sure it did many others. It is a very beautiful track, and if we get more tracks like this in the future and possibly her next record, then I'm all for it. More on Billie's new album whenever that gets released, or if there's any news on that, that is something else we will definitely be covering on this series. So stay tuned for that very soon. But as far as the track itself, What Was I Made For? Solid track. Highly recommend you give it a listen. And the final thing that we are going to be talking about today is an album, and it just came out very recently. It is Post Malone's Austin. Now, to give you a little bit of a little history, I discovered Post Malone with the release of his 4th studio album, 12 Karat Toothache. It was with the song called One Right Now featuring The Weeknd. This was during The Weeknd's rollout for Dawn FM. So I was like, ooh, this looks interesting. And they announced the music video, so I watched the music video, and the song just caught my attention. I remember hearing, Rockstar, all his other hits back in the day, but I was like, oh, it's okay. I wasn't hip to it yet. But after listening to 12 Karat Toothache, I became a huge fan. I immediately went back and listened to all of his other previous works, including Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Stoney, and Hollywood's Bleeding. Hollywood's Bleeding being one of my favorite Post Malone albums of all time. When I heard that he was in the process of making a brand new album after the success of 12 Karat Toothache, I was excited. I got even more excited after I heard the 3 singles that were put out for the album: Chemical, Overdrive, and Morning. It was obvious that Post was actually moving more into a pop rock sound instead of his usual traditional hip-hop and rap music, which I'm all for. Even though he is famous mostly for his hip-hop rap style, which I love, his pop and rock tone is so much more unique in my opinion. The full album was released on July 28th, 2023, and I gotta say, I absolutely love this album. Just recently, I think this morning, as I'm recording this video, Anthony Fantano gave this album a 3 out of 10, which it just baffles me to hear that. I give this album a solid 8 or 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10 at the very least. There's so many great tracks. The songs that really stand out to me is Something Real, Nova Candy, Too Cool to Die, Sign Me Up, Enough Is Enough, Texas Tea, Green Thumb, and Laugh It Off. Especially the track Green Thumb. That song has some very, very, very deep lyrics. It almost breaks your heart. I think that's probably one of the greatest written songs on this album. Highly recommend you give that song a try. If you don't even like Post Malone or even care about listening to his music, I highly recommend you at least give the song Green Thumb a listen. It's very good. But yeah, I definitely give this album a 9 or 9.5 out of 10. Damn near a 10. It's up there with 12 Karat Toothache and Hollywood's Bleeding, my other 2 favorite Post records. Highly recommend it. Very much. Well, thank you guys for watching. That's all we're going to do today. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. And hopefully we'll do another episode where we will talk about more music. Also, quick shout out to my friend MFF Gaming for making the really cool intro for this series. I'll be sure to put his channel in the link description below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace.